Type 1 diabetes is relentless. It never stabilises, everything makes your blood glucose go high or low, and I try to counter that 24 hours a day in advance of everything I eat, do or decide. You will never win, I will never win, or outsmart Type 1. I feel like I'm trying to hit a moving target and it gets to the point that I'm so disheartened I just want to stop. I have good days, even months, then something changes and I often don't know what it could be, but I have to take it on and figure out a new regime to keep my head above water until the next change. It doesn't matter how long I've had it, I always close my eyes each night knowing that if I miscalculate by just 1 gram or unit, I might not wake up. You can do everything right and it still goes wrong. There is no right, you just do your best. Thank you. How long have you known Jess?
I knew her in primary school. Whenever we talked to each other, we just had some words. And I knew her fully in year 12? Yeah, year 12 in our media class, making our music video.
How long have you known Jessica Smith?
I think I met her first in year 7, where we were doing a school play together, I think, but then we both kind of stopped doing it. But I didn't know her very well. I didn't actually know that she had diabetes at that point. I then re-met her, I suppose, in year 12.
I first met Jess in year 12. So the first year sixth form, we started doing a music video together, and I really got to know her throughout TV and film.
There are many misconceptions of type 1 diabetes. A lot of people get it confused with type 2. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you get it through your diet, an unhealthy lifestyle, or eating too much sugar, which isn't true at all. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease, which means your body practically fights itself and kills off a load of its organs. Another one is that you can only get it as a child or when you're born, which isn't true at all. I got it, for example, when I was 7 years old. I'd spent 7 years of my life, in good health, pretty much. And there's other people that develop type 1 diabetes in, their older life as adults or even elderly. You can get diabetes at any age, but it's just more common in children. But you don't have to be born with it, you can develop it. Another misconception is that kids, well, not necessarily kids, but people will grow out of type 1 diabetes. Like, if they exercise, they have a good diet, then they can bring themselves out of it. That's not true. With type 2, there is a possibility that you can reverse it and, have to stop taking medication and everything if you increase your lifestyle, make it better, eat better, exercise regularly and things. But with type 1, once you've got it for life. You can only manage it the best you can. Another misconception is that type 1 diabetes isn't dangerous, where it's actually more dangerous than people let on and what people actually know. For example, studies suggest that diabetes, especially type 1, causes more deaths than breast cancer and HIV combined, which, in retrospect is actually quite a scary number, which is quite a scary thought if you think about it, considering the number of people that die from those things alone. That diabetes, both type 1 and type 2, cause more deaths than both of them. So it is a lot more serious than people will, let on. And although it doesn't seem that serious, it is. If you don't have good control, then the chances of you becoming really ill or losing your life to it are really high.
My name is Jessica Smith. I'm 18 years old, a college student, and I'm a type 1 diabetic. I was diagnosed in 2005 at the age of 7 after being misdiagnosed multiple times. I'd got many of the common symptoms of the disability and I'd started becoming really ill, so much so that I found it hard to move. When I was finally diagnosed correctly, I was rushed to hospital where I stayed for a little over a week to recover and learn about the condition and what I needed to do. I've had the condition a little over 10 years, and in those 10 years I've had 3 methods of treatment. My most current one being the Omnipod, which is a patch insulin pump controlled by a PDM or personal diabetes manager.
When I gave the word, now in the morning I sleep alone.
I mean, not a lot of people could tell. I mean, when she first met my family couldn't tell it at all. But until I told them, they were like, oh well, you know, didn't know that, but that's due to the fact that she hides it in like so well, and it's like, I see her as like a perfectly normal girl. She's pretty, she's everything to me, and I want to do everything that I can to make her feel, you know, I mean, it's not that she's not normal, cool she is, but it's like, she's everything to me. She's perfect for me, and yeah, I'm willing to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and make sure everything's okay and check her bloods and that. And I mean, if need be, I'll go up to hospital if anything gets serious. She's perfectly normal. She lives a perfectly normal life, and she doesn't let it get her down or anything. And yeah, that's pretty much how it goes, because it just doesn't let her down. Doesn't really get her down at all. I mean, there's some moments where she has a hypo and she doesn't feel well at all, but I'm always there to help her out and check her bloods and make sure everything's okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
She's stronger than you know. A heart of steel starts to grow.
Kind friends with Jess really, you know, enlightened me. Shame there's, well, not shame there's not more people, but it's a shame that not everyone has a chance to be friends with someone who's got diabetes, and they can learn as well.
A heart of steel starts to grow. When you've been fighting for it all